So we're gonna start with Replit, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over first as if you are starting a new app. This is gonna be very helpful so you can test other ideas, try to implement something that you were thinking for a while and just you didn't know how to do it. And then I'm going to also show you how to modify a current app that you already have. So once you create an account, in this case, let's assume you already have the account, right? You're going to see a chat like this. And this is where you want to add your idea. And I'm going to show you how to do it right. So that way you get the most out of your credits rather than you overspending the credits that you get for free per month. And then if you just want to upgrade, then you have unlimited. And then on the left side, you have your apps, and deployments means once you are happy with an idea or a project that you already did, deployment is that you make it live to the public. That's what it means. Members is if you're planning to work with other people. This I don't recommend it until you already have something solid and you just need someone to help you out, because once you add a member, then you have to pay extra for someone to have access to the page. Unless you share your password and username, then that's how you can do it. Usage here, it will show how much you have used on credits when you're creating an app. And then everything else like profile and settings is where you can change your passwords, change card numbers and all of that. So we're going to start with using ChatGPT for your idea. In this example, we're going to tell it, I am creating a web app for people who need help caring for their dogs when they are on vacation. I will build this on Replit. This software uses prompts only. So give me a prompt. Also, don't use the language or tools since Replit already takes care of that. Then you click enter and it's going to give you a prompt. So as you can see here, create a responsive web application. And it's already telling you what the name is going to be, which you can tell it, I want it to be something else. So you can customize your prompt. Once you're happy, you can just take this and then you can just copy it and then go to your Replit and then paste it right here. Once you paste it here, you can click start chat. But if you wanted to use, because Replit is really good with their AI, because it's meant to help you improve on many things like color and all of that, you can click the pencil here and it will rewrite your prompt and it will add other things like color, design style, all of that stuff. So as you can see here, it already improved everything. It tells you the visual reference and then the colors. If you're not sure what the color codes are, you can also go to HTML color codes to get the colors that you want to use for your site. And then you can just copy this whole thing and then go back to ChatGPT and tell it, change the color guy for these codes. And then you can type your codes right here. So for example, if you have a specific codes, you can tell it for text and for background, use, and then you can just give it all your color codes. But if you're happy, then you just leave it. You don't have to do this step. So let's say we're good with that. It's inspired on Airbnb's trust focus interface and everything else. So then you just click start app. And then as you can see, it's going to start building the app. While it's doing this, it's gonna start giving you an option of things to add or remove. So this shouldn't take more than maybe 5 minutes, 6 minutes tops, depending on your internet and depending also on the time of the day that you're building on Replit. And as you can see here, it's already gonna kind of give you a preview of what the app is gonna look like. So it's gonna start with the design for the visual preview. And right here on the left, it tells you dual user registration. Yes, you do want that. Role-based dashboards with different views and capabilities. Yes, because you wanna have different roles. Care requests for posting system with the dog detail dates and location. That's awesome. It's a booking system. And then a browse and search functionality with filters for dates and locations. So actually looks really good with this. And then acceptance and booking workflow. So all of these are really good things that you need. And later, this is not going to be added now, but you can see later, agent can work on these following tasks. So as you're improving things, you can keep adding these other integrations. So it's still building, but let's say you're happy with what it already looks like. Then you can just do approve plan and it's gonna start actually building the whole thing. So as you can see, it's creating all the search. And while it's doing this, you're gonna see on the left side, it's gonna say review and considering options. So it's still building. So don't do anything yet. You wanna wait until at the bottom of this left corner, the message shows waiting for response. So for now, just sit tight and just keep watching what it's doing. You already can see like the tabs that you created. Many of the things sometimes are not going to work first because you still have to go and adjust things, and I'll show you how to do that part. While this is working, we're going to go to ChatGPT here, and then you can just give it these instructions. I'm going to be giving you my prompts, and all you have to do is make them better, and that's it. So you want to just tell it that because right now, once you start working on things here, if, for example, you want this corner where it says find the perfect section, the perfect seater. Let's say you want this to have an image. Instead of you just typing add an image on the background, then you want to make sure you're very specific. So that's where your ChatGPT is going to help you give a better prompt. So that way the AI understands it. Because even though regular language, when you're talking to someone, you can express it in a way and they might understand. The AI sometimes need to be more specific because they might be roles, they might be sections. So almost done here. Assuming now we're gonna take over the part that, let's say you already have an app. So let's assume this is the app that we already have, and you just need to modify. That's what I mentioned earlier. This is how you get to start one. But now let's assume that you have already one, which is the same thing as where we are right now. So it's almost done here, and we'll just give it a second to complete. So once it completed the app, it should look something like this. So it just tells you what it did. And we're gonna leave this page as in if you just arrive. Now let's assume you already have this app and you just need to modify it. So we're gonna click again. Once you click on it, sometimes it takes a little bit to load. If it says crash, app crash or something like that, just tell the message here that something crashed. Now let's start from the top to the bottom on how to do changes to the site. First, we're gonna see if all the pages are working. So if we go here, as you can see, it's just changing the section. So it's a one-page website. This is now multiple pages, but you can see here at the top, it's telling you if it's a different page. We're gonna click sign in, and it does take us to this page. It's external. So we're not gonna do anything there yet. Then we're just gonna click go back here and then click get started. And it's also showing us this message. So if we want to customize the sign in or get started, we can just tell it create a sign up page for users to select from signing up as care for dogs or as dog owners. Now, as you can see here, this might be not very clear. So we can just, before we send it, we can go back to ChatGPT, paste our prompt here, and then we could just have it. So the fixed version says create user-friendly sign-up page that allows users to choose between the roles. So as you can see here, it's very specific. So I can just copy this, and then I can copy this and go back to Replit and then just paste it right here. Oh, bad. Okay, so let me just paste there it is, and I can click enter. Now it's gonna work on it. While that's working, it's gonna tell you exactly what it's gonna be doing. And this is also very useful because if, let's say, you don't understand what is happening, once it completes this, you can copy all the text that Replit gave you, and then you can tell ChatGPT here or open a new chat so it doesn't mess with your prompts, and then just tell it, I got this message from Replit. Is everything good? If you want to just verify extra. But again, the best part is that you can test it right away so you'll know if it's working or not. But it's going to save you a lot of headaches having to just type your own thing or not understanding what it's saying. So as you can see here, I can say the application is running, but we need to address the LSP errors. So it's telling you what it's doing in the backend. And then just going to continue, give it a second. There's also other tools. So let's say if you have a database of, let's say, parts, or a database already of people that you're helping that have dogs and their dog owners, and you want to already sign them up, you can use this attach file and upload the CSV file of your database, and then just tell Replit, I have this database, use it for creating a backend for users that own dogs, for example, right? Or you can be more specific about, like, use this database to display all the businesses available for my website. So you can be very specific. Then you have this visual editor. This is very, very useful because you can literally select, and we're going to do that after it completes this. We can select specific things and tell it what to fix or change. So let's give it a second. It's almost done here. It says, let me find the navigation for the buttons. So it's already doing all the stuff. And we're going to give it a few more minutes. And there it is. It's already starting to change things. Restart the application. So as you can see, it loaded everything again. Everything looks good. So for example, this button, it looks white and it just doesn't look good. So we're going to fix that after. But as you can see here, it tells you what it did. So included all the details. So now when I click get started, it should give me the form. There it is. So now it created a whole form here. And then you can decide, are you a dog owner or are you a dog caregiver? And even when you do that, you notice it changes how the form is layout. So this is perfect. So now let's say you're happy with that. Then we'll just leave it. We're not going to test it yet. Then you have this little button right here at the top. You can click on it to do a whole preview on your site. This is not live yet. It's just using your browser, but at least you get to see the full extent of the site and see what it looks like. And once, let's say you want to do another change, we can go back here and we're going to use this tool. So I can select a section. So if I click here, or I can click just this text, I can change it directly from here. So as you can see here, and save the changes. So I don't have to tell it to change it for me. That's one way to do it. The other way is I can click on this and have this selection, and then type instead, change this section to have a slider image instead. And again, do you see my prompt is not as good? So I can go back to here, and then I can just paste this. And then it tells you create user-friendly, sign up, pay. Oh no, so it's getting confused here. So no, just improve this prompt. So here it is. So see, it says replace this section with an image slider carousel. The slider should support autoplay, and then it tells you. So I can just copy that and then paste this and then change it. So we'll change this for a single image to have a slider. So that's how you can use this tool. And we're gonna go through doing different pages as well. So we're gonna go back. If for some reason you're not sure how many pages you have, you can also ask the chat and tell it, hey, how many pages I currently have on the website. And I'm also going to show you how to go on the back end. So let's give it a second to complete this part. Oh, sorry. And it's reviewing the section. So let's give it a second. There you go. Perfect. So you can see now this is a slider. It looks beautiful. So if I would have just give it the prompt that I typed, it probably wouldn't be as good because I didn't even think about adding the buttons. So you can be very specific, or you can just have ChatGPT help you. Because as you can see here on my prompt, I literally said change this section to have a slider image instead. And here it tells it exactly what it needs to happen, the cycles, and then the support to autoplay. So things that you would not even think about. So that's how you use ChatGPT to improve the prompts. And on the left side right here, you have the console. So this is like once you start getting into more advanced and you need someone to help you and see how everything working. Then if you want to see the databases, this is where you see where all the images, accounts get stored. See my data. If you see users, we right now don't have any users because we haven't made it live. It shows the sessions. So all this is for the back end of the site. You can still go back to preview. And then now let's say you are happy with the section, or actually let's do one more test here. So that way you see how to change other pages. So you can ask how many pages are on the site. So you can ask Replit because maybe you're just not aware. It has happened to me in the past that I was trying to fix something and it wasn't changing. And it's because I had a duplicate site. So to avoid that, you can see here, it tells you, okay, you have the landing page, you have the sign up, home dashboard, search page. So the search page is this one. So you can copy this and type it right here and then click enter. And now it should take you to the search page. So as you can see here, even though it does exist, it hasn't created. So you can tell it work, create content for the search page. And then you can just type the page, which is this one right here. And then it's gonna work on it. So now it's gonna create this page. And then it says content for the search to make it functional and user-friendly. So it's gonna start working on this. And that's how you can keep adding pages or go back to specific place and tell it fix this page, remove it, change things. So as you can see here, this page, it's there, it just doesn't have anything. So now it's gonna add everything on it. So let's give it a second. And then lastly, once we finish this this part, we're gonna deploy. So once you do a deployment on the app, it's gonna be live, and then I'm gonna show you how you can connect it to a domain if you need to. So now it says it exists. It's gonna add some data and search functionality. So as you can see here, it's working. So once he completed that page, now we can go to search, and I can just check that page, and it should find something. Let's see why it's still not finding it. Let me refresh this, and let me delete this really quick to see. Okay, let's see why I don't see the page. No, that's not what we want. Say URL for the search page. Okay, let's see here. And then it's telling me, okay, this is the page. So why I don't see anything? Using the quick search buttons added for popular cities, but I still don't see the search. So let's see here. It's adding, let's give it a second. Yeah, it's saying this is the one. So let's see why. Still not finding it. So I can't see. Okay, I know what. Add a button to search on the header. There you go. So we're gonna add it now because I can find it. And sometimes when you add a search page or any other page on the Replit account, what it's gonna do, it might name it something else. So we just want to verify it's correct. So we'll see, because it might not have added it as an actual page. So we want to make sure it's gonna be there. So let's see, it's working. Okay, it says it was added. Let me refresh this to see. But I still don't see a search. You can easily access the search by clicking the search button in the header, but I don't see it. See, I can say I don't see the search button on the header. So if it says it added it, but you don't see it, you can just tell it. So these are perfect samples of when you're doing changes, because you might think it didn't add it, but sometimes it has added it on the back. It's just on the visuals, not there. So that's why, as you can see here, it's fixing it and it's changing everything. And let's Still, I don't see it, but we'll see right now. It says the search button should be now visible in the header navigation. So maybe it's adding it somewhere, but I don't see. Or maybe it's talking about this search. But no, that's not it. Let's go back here. I think it's naming it as a, okay, so you can try refreshing the page to look for a color search button. No, it says it should be a color search button. So I still don't see it. Let's see here. And let's see. Add to the menu because I don't see it. So now I'm telling it to add it to the menu because I still don't see it. And then it says, let me add it directly to the main navigation menu so it's clearly visible. And then, so it's gonna do the change now. The cool part about this is, let's say once you got 90% of everything you want, if there's little details that are not 100%, you can always find someone to help you take this to the final step. So don't stress if there's something that you can make work yet. Don't spend too much time on it. Continue moving into the other parts. So now it says it was added. Agent is ready. Let's refresh this. And I still don't see it, right? So for example, that will be, it could be a glitch or something, but let's go back here. We're gonna refresh this whole page and see if now we're gonna go back. Try to see because it was not added. The search option is not visible on the menu. And then I can make sure I select here just to make it very clear on where I want this to be. See, now it says, I see the issue. You're looking at the landing page, which is its own navigation, not the main navigation component. So this is what I mentioned earlier, is sometimes you might be working on a different page and that's why we don't see it. So now it's, see, there it is. So Replit literally told us, oh, you're working somewhere else. So that's why it's important to, if you're not sure, you can ask questions. Am I working on which page? Where did you add it? Because we kept thinking it was added here, but it was on a different page. So now I click find and now it's there, right? So now I can have add content and create the page name search. So now we're gonna be very specific. It says, as you can see, you want me to add content and create a search page. However, I already created it says it already created it. So then I can see the search route is not available to the authenticated users, but you're trying to access it as a non-authenticated user. Let me fix it and make a search available to all users. So as you can see, that was actually very smart of the system to tell you why you want to create it. It already exists. It's just not available for all users, and that's why you're not able to see it. So now it's gonna fix it, right? And then if I click here, there it is. And it looks beautiful. So then you can keep testing other things. For example, the parents, pet parents say, this section, you can have it here. Create a way for, which we're not gonna do yet because I wanna sign up first. So sign up as a pet owner. and then create your own account, test it, and see what that dashboard looks like, because then you need to add a place on where to add those reviews. So you got to think about like, okay, where do you want it to be added? Do you have to be a pet owner to add a review, or any users can add it? So you can tell the system how it's gonna do that part. But let's say you're already happy, you're ready to get some opinions, or you're raising some funds to launch your idea, then I would recommend to deploy it. So what we want to go here is deploy, and then it's gonna give you these options, which is a little bit different than a regular hosting. A hosting you pay, let's say for example, weeks, $10, $15, $30 per month, to even like I believe $36 per month. And you have it doesn't specifically tell you how many visits or all of that you have available. But with here, when deploying an app, you have machine power, and you have a number of computers, and how fast it's going to be. So you can click edit. The higher it is, the more expensive it's going to be, but you don't need it to be that high, because you want it to keep it. And if you go to ChatGPT, you can tell it, hey, can you explain to me how the auto scale machine configuration works? It will explain it better than what I'm doing right now. So in short words, this is just a way for you to make it live, but without you having to spend that much money. So it's going to cost maybe pennies for a few users that visit your site. But as you start getting more and more people, definitely you want to increase so your site doesn't crash and it's fast. So usually when I launch something, I just do 2 machines, and I can do like just 1 gigabyte of RAM. And then I can even do like 1 GPUs. This is because I don't care if it's going to be too fast in the beginning. Just don't have that many people. And then I can just keep 2 machines. And then I can approve the configuration. Then make sure to toggle this. You don't want it to be launched as private deployment, because then nobody is going to be able to see it. So you want to make sure you keep it public. Once you deploy the item, so let's do it. You click deploy. It's going to start doing this. It's going to build, and it's going to start doing all the things it needs to work on. If there's an error, it's going to tell you to fix the error first. And then you can just tell Replit, hey, I have this error. Or you can also copy the error and use ChatGPT and tell it, give me the right prompt to tell Replit to fix this error. And then once Replit fixes it, then you can deploy again. Once you deploy, then you can connect the domain. So as you can see here is the last step, promote. And once it gets deployed, it will give you a success message. So let's give it a second. And it's almost there. Perfect. Now it's deploy. So once you're here, this is your temporary domain that you can share with anybody. But you can also go to domains here, because now it's deploy. You can do manually connect another register. So once you click here, you type your domain. So let's say it's my domain, and then I click next, and it's gonna give me this host name. So if you have GoDaddy, then you can just go to the DNS settings, find the AR record, and then just paste this there and link the domain. So that's very easy to do. If you have questions on this, let me know. I can do another video just on doing this part. But let's say everything is good, then you can just like go and test your new site live. And the best part, again, it's already mobile optimized. So if you go here, you can see it's ready to go. So you don't have to do anything in this part which is very awesome. You just like save a lot of time, and then just test everything, see what you don't like, what you want to change. Very simple to do. And once, let's say, you're happy with everything, then you can just continue preview and changing. Every time you do a change, you have to redeploy, because if not, you won't see those changes. So just keep that in mind. For now, we're just gonna go to the settings, and I'm gonna shut this one down because I don't need it. But yeah, so if you have questions, let me know. And you can do also APIs. So for example, if I'm like, I want to have an AI create, I want to have an AI as a recommendation for finding the right dog care or care dog person. Big what's it called? A dog sitter. A dog sitter. So once I click this, right, it's gonna ask me for a OpenAI key. So those keys are very easy to get, but let's improve my prompt here. Improve my prompt. And it's gonna tell me. So once I copy this and I paste it here, let's say if you wanna continue building on your site, and I can click. Oh, there it is. So I just added it. It's gonna work on it. So what it's gonna do is gonna tell me, hey, give me the key for this. So it's gonna tell you exactly. See, as you can see, it says integrating with OpenAI. So it's gonna install the system, and then there's one part here where it's gonna ask me for the key. So 1 second. There it is. So once it shows this where it says value, if you don't know what to do, this is very simple. Just open your screen recorder on your computer, and then just screenshot this and tell ChatGPT, how do I get an OpenAI key? And it's gonna give you a step-by-step on how to do it. So it's very simple. Once you get the key, all you have to do is paste the key here, and then click continue, and it's gonna add that part. Since I already have an API key on my Replit account, that's why it's using the same one, but I can choose another one if I want to. And once I click continue, it's just gonna build the whole thing. So as you can see, let's say you already put the API key. Now it's gonna add it, and it's gonna integrate the AI powered recommendation system. So you can be very specific on what you want to build, and then it's going to do it for you. But yeah, once you complete, let's say this next step that you added an AI search, and you're happy and you test it, you're going to go and deploy again. So this part takes a little bit of time because it's building the whole system, and it's going to connect it with OpenAI. And you can, for example, want to have full control on what to tell the AI. You can tell it, create an owner's dashboard where I can control what the AI should do on my search, and it will create it for you. So as you can see here, it's adding it. So it makes it very easy and simple to just continue following instructions. If so for example, here it's telling you, right, what to do, and even here tells you where to go to get the API key. Go to this platform, create an account, go to the API sections, create a new API key. So it literally told you how to do it. But to be more specific, you can just ask also ChatGPT, and it will give you more detail. And you can also, if you don't know where to go, you can take a screenshot of the page and tell it, hey, where do I go here? So Hopefully this helps you, makes it very easy to continue building on your current project, or just to start a brand new project, new app, an idea that you might have. Thank you, and see you in the next video.